Today we're going to show you how to add horsepower and torque to your 1996 to 2018 Ford Mustang with a hot new programmer from SCT. Now, if you're into custom tuning, obviously you're familiar with SCT. They've been around forever. We've done videos before on previous products, the X3, the X4. This is the latest, and you're telling me the greatest tuner you guys have, the GTX. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. We're really excited about this particular one just because it's almost as easy as using a cell phone, and everyone has one of those these days. So I'm like, we have this big, beautiful touchscreen. It's 5-inch, it's capacitive. It has all of the big gauges and everything, or you can put lots of gauges, little tiny gauges. I mean, whatever you want to do with them, it's available to do that with.
So this is designed to be on the dash and
Correct.
Stay out, not like a lot of tuners where you flash and you kind of put it away when you're done.
Correct. However, for a lot of guys for a long time, they don't really like to leave these particular things up on their dashes because they have a tendency to get broken into, they disappear, you know, all those bad things that can happen. So we actually have created a different sort of mount that is really fantastic, and we'll show you a little bit about this in a little bit, but it makes it really easy to snap it on and go.
Okay.
Pop it off and hide it so that you don't have to worry about it disappearing in the night.
And you said this also, you're telling me, takes the laptop out of the equation now.
It does, and that's one of the things that's really awesome about this as well, is there's no computer required, no cables, no running back and forth for those updates that we all have to do occasionally. So, and for the guys that have Macs, that have always had the big complaint that we didn't work really well with them, you don't need that anymore. Like, link it into Wi-Fi, it pulls your updates down. If you have a custom tune that's coming from a custom tuning dealer, register the device.
Everything is now wireless to the device.
Completely. You don't have to touch a computer with it anymore at all.
Great, let's get started. We're going to install it on our 2017 EcoBoost. All right, so Johnny's going to walk through the process of how to use the device. Now, just like every other tuner, the first step, plug in the OBD2 port and then plug into the device to turn it on.
So once you get it plugged into the diagnostic port, this is something that's a little different than we've had with our other programmers. This is called a VIM. It's a vehicle interface module. This actually has to plug in directly to the HDMI, where beforehand you just plug directly into the device. So you go ahead and connect that. Then the next thing is the mag cable. So this is part of the actual mounting system for the GTX. So there's a little USB side on this. You plug it into the other side of the VIM. There's a T-slot adapter on the suction cup device. So you just slide the mag cable onto it until it's snug. And this is the best part, the way that this actually connects to the mag cable. Pops on just like that and turns on right away. So immediate interaction with the device. So we're really excited about that. That's a neat feature. So it will power up immediately. So I would like to mention that, as you can see, this cable is a little different than what we've done before. We used to have HDMI cables that were really thick and round, which are really hard to hide. So this new ribbon cable makes it really easy to do the installs clean so that you don't have a lot of cables hanging out. So once that's all done, we're gonna go ahead, and the very first thing that we wanna do is update. And of course, this is also a really amazing part of this programmer. No computer necessary. So we'll go ahead and select the update. It's going to want us to turn the key on, so we're just going to hit the button once and continue. So we're going to configure the Wi-Fi setup. That's our network that we need. We're going to enter in the password. It's connected to the Wi-Fi, and it's retrieving our data. And you can also see that that's going to be how they let you know that you're connected to the Wi-Fi, is your little icon in the corner. And sometimes some of these transfers do take a moment, so a lot of that's going to depend on your Wi-Fi speed. So if it goes slower than you want, don't worry about that. It is just going to take a moment to pull those files down in accordance to your Wi-Fi speed. So now it's going to load your firmware. So this is loading the VIM application. So it's actually talking to that piece that I had shown you earlier. So as soon as the updates are done, then it'll just take you back to your home screen again. And from here, this is where you can tune your vehicle. So we're gonna go into tune, turn the key on, which it already is. So I'm gonna hit continue. It's gonna retrieve your data. So it's actually pulling information from the vehicle. This is your disclaimer, which you have to accept. So we're going to continue. And this is where it's going to bring you up your option. So it's already reading the vehicle. It's a 2.3 liter Mustang. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. I'm not using any custom tunes, so we can skip this. And again, we're gonna confirm that that is the correct vehicle, which it is. And again, while it's going through this process, it's really important that you do not interrupt the download. So don't start the vehicle, don't unplug anything, just let it run. So this is one thing that's really nice about this particular programmer is it's telling you everything that it does as it goes along as well, so there's no guesswork. It's gonna give you instructions, so as long as you can read, you can tune your car or your truck. And that's also one of the things that's gonna happen when you're doing these downloads is it's gonna start setting off everything. So bells and whistles and chimes. So the more things you have turned off, the better. So turn off your radio, turn off the air conditioning so that it doesn't have to, you don't hear those things clicking off and on. So don't panic, it's normal. And all those chimes and bells are normal as well. So now it's going to have me turn the key off and hit OK. And just like that, the vehicle is tuned and ready to go. And then of course, last but not least, you'll want to start it up. And then it's ready for you to go and enjoy.
Now the GTX I mean, that's crazy cool, the stuff that this thing does, but tell us now about the gauges too. Like this is, you said this is obviously designed to be left in the car more than the other units have been, and this is probably the reason.
Correct, so you can set your gauge layout basically for anything that you want. So this is what's really nice about the gauge portion of this, is you can basically have as many as you want, or you can slide between screens and it automatically changes exactly what it is that you can see, or you just push and hold, and it'll actually give you a layout option with all of those there as well.
And basically anything that you could data log, there's a gauge for it as well.
Correct.
Excellent. And Johnny, thanks for bringing this out. I mean, this is a very, very cool device, and if you're looking for a custom tune for your 96 through 2018 Mustang, GTX is going to be an excellent choice.